The honourable member for Carleton.
As the new UK variant starts to spread, Canadians were looking for some reassurance today from the Chief Public Health Officer, but this is what she said. For the next few months, we're not going to have a lot of people vaccinated. That's a fact. And she's right. We're now ranked 52nd. 51 countries in the world are vaccinating quicker than us. Many countries at 6, 7, and even 20 times the rate. What's the Prime Minister's plan now? Is he just going to lock us down forever?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, and I want to thank the member for the question. Madam Speaker, we're taking a multi-layered approach to keep Canadians safe, working, of course, as we've said many times in this House, working with the provinces and territories to protect our communities from outbreaks of new COVID-19 variants. And as part of that work, as a matter of fact, Madam Speaker, we've announced $53 million to create a variants of concern strategy, which will increase our monitoring and surveillance of new COVID-19 variants in Canada. Partnering with experts in research and public health, this will increase our ability to detect, track, and address outbreaks of COVID-19 variants in Canada. Thank you, Madam.
The honourable member for Carleton.
The purchase of vaccines is the most important procurement since our government bought arms in the Second World War. Thousands of lives and tens of thousands of jobs depend on it. When the Prime Minister thought, who should I buy them from? He looked around the world and he said, I know, the country that's holding our people hostage. You can imagine the PRC Politburo filled with bureaucrats rolling around on the ground in gut-splitting laughter at this Prime Minister's naivete. Madam Speaker, simple question. When he wasted 100 days in the PRC, what the hell was he thinking?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, thank you, Madam Speaker. We have distributed, of course, almost 1.6 million doses of vaccine to Canadians, and we've this week received the outstanding news that 14.5 million Canadians will have been vaccinated by the end of June, leading to, of course, every Canadian who wishes to receive a vaccine being vaccinated by the end of September. We have one of the most comprehensive vaccine supply portfolios in the world. And Madam Speaker, we will continue working with provinces and territories to
The honourable member for Louis Saint-Laurent. Madam Speaker, vaccines are essential for economic recovery. As long as people aren't vaccinated, we can't talk about returning to normal. And if we don't do anything, Madam Speaker, we're going to hit the wall. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business said that 1 out of 10 runs the risk of closing this year if nothing changes. That represents 2.4 million people who might well lose their jobs. What is the government's plan to ensure that businesses survive and that workers keep their jobs?
He looked around the world and he said, I know, the country that's holding our people hostage.
Merci beaucoup, Madame la Présidente. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for the question. We have taken action since day one to support our small and medium-sized businesses. As the member knows full well, more than 850,000 businesses have received support from the emergency account. We are currently helping pay Canadians across the country. We are here for small and medium-sized businesses, and we have been since the beginning, and we will continue to be there. We will be there until the end. The honourable member for Louis Saint-Laurent. Madam Speaker, Canada is the G7 that has spent the most money, and it's the G7 country with the highest unemployment rate. So, Madam Speaker, if the government's plan worked, we wouldn't have such a high unemployment rate. So we have to admit that it's not working. And what's worse, Madam Speaker, for this government that says it's feminist, women are the one who are paying the price for it. They represent a 40% increase in unemployment. What's the plan to bring workers back? The Honourable Minister. Madam Speaker, I thank the Honourable Member for the question because it gives me an opportunity to share something tangible that we can all do to help small businesses and workers. And that is to adopt a Bill C-14. Allow me to quote Diane Kelly. Bill C-14 includes important measures for small and medium-sized businesses. I urge all parties to ensure that it's quickly adopted. Madam Speaker, this is something that we can all do to help workers and small businesses across the country. The Honourable Member for Louis-Saint-Laurent. Madam Speaker, I'd like to invite the Minister of Finance to go and look at the 213,000 Canadians who've lost their jobs last month alone. The person you were quoting said, well, it's going to go well, but that's not the reality. The Minister wants to talk about C-14, but is the government ready then to accept our proposal to split the bill, to split Bill C-14, so that we can help small businesses and workers immediately? The Honourable Minister. Madam Speaker, my honourable colleague just quoted the Canadian Federation of Independent Business. I'd like to underscore that something tangible we can all do to help small businesses across the country, to help workers across the country, is to adopt Bill C-14. This isn't a time for partisan squabbling. It's a time to come together and to help.
When the Prime Minister thought, who should I buy them from? He looked around the world and he said, I know, the country that's holding our people hostage.
The attempt to develop a vaccine in partnership with China and CanSino was a failure. On February 2nd, the Bloc Québécois asked the Minister of Health why the government had favored China over Canada and Canada's production capacity. She replied that the decision to focus on a vaccine candidate was based on advice from experts on the working group. Yesterday, however, that group confirmed, on the contrary, not going ahead with CanSino. Why did the government defy the experts' recommendation? And why is it hiding that fact? The Honourable Minister.
Merci, Madame la Présidente.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As the member knows full well, and as Canadians know, we undertook negotiations with manufacturers, and we have the most diversified vaccine candidate portfolio. 14.7 Canadians will be able to be vaccinated by the vaccinated.